Hello! Today we're going to be looking at physical and chemical changes. What is a physical change? A physical change is a change that affects the physical property of a substance. And this change could occur in so many ways, such as a change in the shape, or a change in the size, or a change in the color. When we look at when a tailor cuts clothes to show a dress, the tailor cuts this clothes into different sizes, different shapes, but it's still clothes, and this is an example of a physical change. Another change that could also occur is a change in the state of the substance. That means it could change from either a solid to a liquid or liquid to a gas, or vice versa. And this another example is a change that occurs in the melting of ice. That means when ice melts into water, even though ice, which is solid, is turning into liquid, it's still water. So these are examples of physical changes. What is a chemical change? A chemical change is a change that affects the chemical properties of a substance, such as when wood burns in earth, it forms ash, and this ash cannot be converted back into wood. So another key to note is physical change is a reversible change. And what does that mean? That means it could be converted back to the original form, such as when ice melts into water, this water can also be turned back into ice. A chemical change is an irreversible change. That means it cannot be converted back to its original format, such as when wood burns in air and forms ash. This ash cannot be converted back into wood. Another example of a chemical change is the rusting of iron. That means when iron oxidizes. This process is a chemical change and cannot be converted back into its original form. In summary, a physical change affects the physical property of a substance. A chemical change affects the chemical property of a substance. A physical change is a reversible reaction, while a chemical change is an irreversible reaction. With all this being said, let's go now to the lab and take a look at some real-life examples of physical and chemical changes. Let's go! Hi guys! Now we're in the lab and we're ready to take at some real-life examples of physical and chemical changes. But before I forget, in a physical change, no new substance is formed, while in a chemical change, new substances are formed. But what I said, is it true? Is it true that no new substance is formed in a physical change? Let's take a look at it, if that's really true. So, the first change we're going to be looking at is the change that occurs when sand and water is mixed together. You know, I said real life examples. So, to perform that, you need a piece of paper and water and some sand and a funnel, your stirrer, and finally your rigid stand. Then, the next thing I'm going to do is pour the sand into this water. I'm going to mix it. I'm just drop it. Then let me mix it. Let me just drop my stirrer. I think I'm done mixing. Then the next thing for me is to actually fold my sheets of paper. Just fold that. To take my funnel and just insert this in it. I think that's done. And I'm going to introduce my rigid stand now. And then just make this setting. So now I'm gonna introduce my conical flags and just have it here. And I'm also going to put this here and just make it. To pour my sand solution and I'm just going to just pour it here. Now we are done featuring. Let's just look at the recipe and the filtrate. Okay, I'm just returning this. Let me return this. And like this is the product we get. We get our sand back, and we get our water. We get our filtrate, which is the water, and we get our residue, which is the sand. So let me remove this so you guys can get a clearer view of what it looks like. So these are sand. We get our sand back. That means this type of change is a physical change, because when it is reversible, because initially it was a sand solution, and now we're able to get our sand and water back without anything Newton forming. And also it just affects the physical property. That means the sand and this water is still the same.
Now that we've taken a look at physical change, let's look at a chemical change. And for this, it's an experiment I performed with my classmates in school, and it is just a perfect example of a chemical change. So,